embracing Stoic wisdom, unveiling your true value in relationships. In a world saturated with fleeting connections, where words often ring hollow and superficiality reigns supreme, profound questions arise. Can we truly demonstrate our value without uttering a single word? Can we discern the genuine intentions of those around us, transcending the deceptive veil of mere pronouncements? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism, with its unwavering emphasis on virtue and self-mastery, offers a resounding affirmation. Yes. Stoicism posits that true worth lies not in eloquent pronouncements or outward displays, but in the consistent embodiment of virtuous character, particularly courage, demonstrated through resolute action. This isn't merely about enduring hardship. It's about recognizing and cultivating the inner strength to navigate the complexities of life, especially in our intimate relationships, with integrity and unwavering self-respect. We invite you to embark on a transformative journey of self-discovery, a path that leads to recognizing your inherent value and becoming an embodiment of self-respect, an inspiration to yourself and to the world around you. This journey transcends mere self-affirmation. It's about fundamentally altering how others perceive and treat you, unlocking a superpower within your love life, a potential many of us remain unaware we possess. Let us delve into the core tenets of Stoicism, exploring how this ancient wisdom can be applied to cultivate a fulfilling, respectful, and empowering love life, offering insights that might challenge conventional relationship advice. Deep dive into Stoic principles for relationships. Step 1. Know your value, the foundation of Stoic self-worth. The very bedrock of a fulfilling and respectful relationship, according to Stoic principles, is a profound and unwavering understanding of your own intrinsic value. Before your mind drifts into familiar platitudes about self-love, understand this isn't a superficial exercise of staring into a mirror and reciting affirmations. Stoicism's approach to self-worth is far more nuanced and powerful. It centers on the crucial distinction between what we can control and what lies beyond our influence. The Stoics teach us to focus our energy on mastering ourselves, recognizing that our self-esteem is entirely within our dominion. This has nothing to do with the superficial validation of social media, the ephemeral praise of likes and friend requests. Instead, it's about cultivating an internal sense of worth, rooted in our character, virtues, and actions. Imagine yourself as a rare and exquisite gemstone. Not everyone possesses the knowledge or discernment to recognize its true value. Some might simply glance over it, oblivious to its unique brilliance and rarity. However, their ignorance doesn't diminish the gem's intrinsic worth. It remains valuable, rare, and unique, regardless of external perception. This is a powerful reflection of your own inherent value. You are genuine, unique, and valuable. Your worth doesn't fluctuate based on the opinions or validation of others. Let's be honest. Rejection is an unavoidable part of the human experience. We've all encountered the feeling of inadequacy, particularly in our hyper-connected world where curated images of perfect lives inundate us daily. But here, Stoicism serves as a potent antidote, reminding us that our value is not tethered to another person's approval. It's anchored in how we choose to live our lives, the virtues we embody, and the actions we undertake. Are you acting with kindness? Are you demonstrating honesty and integrity? Are you living in a manner that aligns with your deepest values and makes you proud? These are the touchstones of true self-worth, the cornerstones upon which Stoic self-esteem is built. Self-reflection is paramount in Stoicism. Take a moment to honestly assess your qualities, delving beyond superficial attributes to identify the deep-seated values that define you. What makes you feel genuinely good about yourself? Are you compassionate, resilient, a dedicated and empathetic listener? These are the qualities that collectively shape your value. Here's the crucial insight. When you possess a profound and unwavering understanding of your own worth, it fundamentally alters your interactions in relationships. You'll find yourself less tolerant of disrespectful behavior, not out of arrogance, but out of a deep-seated respect for yourself. You simply won't allow yourself to be treated in a manner that diminishes your value. To further solidify this Stoic principle, consider this exercise. The next time you experience feelings of being undervalued, resist the urge to spiral into self-doubt. Instead, consciously identify your strengths and values. This isn't about boasting or seeking external validation. It's about quietly acknowledging your inherent worth. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wisely stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This wisdom is particularly relevant to relationships. It underscores the importance of finding strength in your own worth, regardless of whether others recognize or acknowledge it. Remember, cultivating self-worth is not a one-time event. It's a continuous journey, a practice that requires consistent effort and dedication. Each day, consciously remind yourself that you are valuable, not because of what others think, but because of who you are at your core. Step 2. Present yourself with dignity, embodying Stoic self-respect. Before conjuring images of austere, unsmiling figures from antiquity, let's dispel a common misconception. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or adopting an attitude of cold indifference. Instead, it's about cultivating a discerning understanding of what truly warrants your energy and attention, recognizing that your presentation of self deserves your focused effort. So, what does it truly mean to present yourself with dignity, particularly within the context of relationships? Often, driven by a desire to impress, we inadvertently lose ourselves in the process, adapting our appearance, speech, and behavior to gain approval. This is where Stoic wisdom offers a powerful corrective. Dignity, in the Stoic sense, is not about flaunting wealth or social status, but about embodying integrity, self-respect, and unwavering adherence to your values. It's not defined by the clothes you wear or the trendy places you frequent, but by your actions, choices, and the consistent demonstration of your inner character. Picture this scenario. Two individuals are on a date at a coffee shop. One is overtly flashy, striving to impress with displays of extravagance, while the other is effortlessly comfortable in their own skin, radiating genuine authenticity. Which individual do you think will leave a more lasting and positive impression? The answer is clear. The one who embodies genuine self-acceptance and projects an aura of inner confidence. This is the power of presenting yourself with dignity. Stoics strive to live with unwavering integrity and profound self-respect. How does this translate to the modern dating landscape? It's simple. If you possess genuine passions and interests, embrace them wholeheartedly and let them shine. Avoid the temptation to feign interest in something simply to impress another person. Instead, cultivate a sense of comfort and confidence in your own skin, knowing that you are inherently worthy just as you are. Furthermore, treat yourself with unwavering respect. The way you treat yourself sets a precedent for how others will treat you. If you consistently demean yourself, neglect your needs, or tolerate mistreatment, you are inadvertently signaling to the world that such behavior is acceptable. However, if you value your time, energy, and emotions, you send a clear and unmistakable message. I am worthy of respect, and I expect to be treated accordingly. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In the context of relationships, this means that it's not simply about your physical appearance or the words you utter, but about your responses and behavior in diverse situations. Do you react with despair and self-pity, or with Stoic dignity and resilience? Do you compromise your values to conform to the expectations of others, or do you stand your ground, even if it means standing alone? Embracing Stoic dignity doesn't demand perfection. We are all human, prone to making mistakes and experiencing moments of awkwardness. The crucial factor is how we handle those moments. Do we crumble under pressure, or do we maintain our composure, learn from our experiences, and move forward with greater self-awareness? Take a moment to contemplate how you can begin to embody greater dignity in your life. Perhaps it involves establishing firm boundaries, asserting your needs, or simply saying no to commitments that don't align with your values. It could be as simple as extending greater kindness and respect to yourself and others. When you begin to perceive yourself as someone worthy of respect, the world will inevitably begin to reflect that perception back to you. Step 3. Limit access, the Stoic art of selective engagement. This principle might initially sound antiquated or overly restrictive, but its essence lies in a profound understanding of self-respect and the discernment of true value. It's not about playing manipulative games or feigning disinterest, but about prioritizing your well-being and recognizing your intrinsic worth. Stoicism emphasizes the cultivation of self-discipline and control, not as a rigid and joyless exercise, but as a means of recognizing what is truly valuable and avoiding its careless dissipation. In our age of instant gratification, this principle offers a refreshing perspective. Consider this. In the early stages of a relationship, or even in the casual realm of dating, there's often an overwhelming urge to share everything, our time, our space, our innermost thoughts, with the object of our affection. However, the Stoics would advise taking a step back, recognizing that readily available resources often diminish in perceived value. It's a fundamental aspect of human psychology. That which is easily obtained is often taken for granted. If you're constantly available at a moment's notice, always eager to accommodate every request, where is the sense of mystery, depth, and anticipation? Let's explore the practical application of limiting access in a dignified and stoic manner. First and foremost, consider your presentation of self. Dress elegantly, but with a touch of modesty. This isn't simply about adhering to fashion trends. It's about making a deliberate statement that conveys self-respect. It signals that you value yourself and that you are more than what immediately meets the eye. There's a delicate balance to be struck between revealing your authentic self and maintaining a sense of intrigue. Secondly, be mindful of your time and attention. In our hyperconnected world, where we are constantly bombarded with notifications and demands on our attention, being selective about who receives your time and energy is a powerful statement. It's not about playing games, but about asserting that your time is valuable and that you choose to spend it wisely. When you are genuinely engaged with someone, be fully present and committed. However, when you're not in their presence, find contentment in your own pursuits, dedicating yourself to your passions and personal growth. Stoicism also emphasizes the cultivation of emotional self-control. This doesn't imply becoming cold or detached. Rather, it means developing the capacity to navigate emotional experiences with equanimity, preventing every minor inconvenience from disrupting your inner peace. Avoid carelessly dispensing your emotional energy to just anyone. Your emotional vulnerability is a precious resource, and others must earn the privilege of receiving it, just as they must earn your time and attention. It's crucial to understand that limiting access doesn't necessitate becoming a stoic statue, devoid of emotion and connection. We are, after all, human beings, and meaningful connections are essential to a rich and fulfilling life. The key lies in striking a balance, in cultivating connections that are built on depth and substance, rather than fleeting moments of instant gratification. Remember, limiting access is not about manipulation or game playing. It's about self-respect, aligning your actions with your values, and demonstrating, through both words and deeds, that you are someone who values yourself and deserves to be treated with respect. By becoming more selective, composed, and mindful in our approach to relationships, we can cultivate a sense of self-worth that profoundly influences how others perceive and treat us. Step 4. Show, don't tell. Actions as the true measure of value. A cornerstone of Stoicism is the profound emphasis on action over mere rhetoric. The principle of show, don't tell. This principle is particularly relevant when discussing the importance of setting limits in relationships. While it's relatively easy to articulate your boundaries, The true test lies in demonstrating them through consistent action. Anyone can verbally assert that they will not tolerate mistreatment. However, the moment of truth arrives when faced with such a situation. Will you stand firm in your convictions, upholding your boundaries, or will you allow them to be violated? It is in these moments that your true power resides, not in the pronouncements you make, but in the actions you undertake. This can be particularly challenging when strong emotions are involved. However, it's crucial to remember the core tenets of Stoicism. We have control over our reactions to external events. If someone crosses a line, it is your response that defines your boundaries, not simply the words you utter. For example, if you have clearly expressed that honesty is a core value, and someone subsequently lies to you, your response to that situation speaks volumes. Choosing to walk away, or addressing the issue directly and calmly, demonstrates that you're serious about your boundaries. This isn't about creating unnecessary drama. It's about upholding your self-respect and ensuring that you're treated in a manner that aligns with your values. This approach can be transformative in relationships. When others perceive that you have clear boundaries that you will not allow to be crossed, and that you possess a firm set of values that you're determined to uphold, they will begin to understand what you will and will not accept. It's about cultivating a sense of self-respect and consistently adhering to it. This extends beyond major infractions to encompass the seemingly minor, everyday boundaries. How do you react when someone cancels plans at the last minute, or when someone takes you for granted? Do you passively accept the behavior, or do you communicate, through calm actions and words, that such behavior is unacceptable? The practice of mindfulness is crucial in this context. It's about being acutely aware of the present moment and how you are reacting to it. Do your actions align with the limits you have established? Are you staying true to your values and your sense of self-worth? It's about paying attention to the small, seemingly insignificant moments, as these often provide the most accurate test of your commitment to your boundaries. As you navigate your daily interactions, strive to embody a Stoic approach to demonstrating your limits. This doesn't require being rigid or inflexible. Rather, it's about cultivating an inner compass that guides your actions and reactions, ensuring that they are consistent with your values and your sense of self-respect. When you consistently live in alignment with your values, others will perceive you as someone who not only has boundaries, but also possesses the self-respect necessary to enforce them. Step 5. Prepare to walk away. The power of Stoic detachment. Stoicism introduces the profound concept of detachment, not as a cold or callous indifference, but as a deeper understanding of what lies within our control and what remains beyond our influence. One of the most empowering choices we possess is the option to stay or leave a situation that is not aligned with our well-being. This principle is particularly pertinent in the context of relationships. We've all experienced the internal conflict of remaining in a situation that feels inherently wrong, a situation that compromises our values and diminishes our sense of self-worth. Often, we remain tethered to such situations by fear. The fear of being alone, the fear of change, or the hope that things will eventually improve. However, Stoicism offers a powerful alternative perspective. The true source of power lies in recognizing that remaining in a situation that compromises our values is a choice within our control and that we can choose differently. This doesn't imply impulsively abandoning a relationship at the first sign of difficulty. Relationships require dedication, commitment, and patience. However, it does mean knowing your value so deeply that when a situation consistently violates those values, you are prepared to walk away. It's about cultivating the inner strength, the Stoic fortitude, to declare, I value myself enough to not accept less than I deserve. Let's explore this concept in greater detail. Being prepared to walk away is, at its core, an act of profound self-respect. It signifies a commitment to not compromising your core values or sacrificing your self-esteem for the sake of maintaining a relationship. This doesn't necessarily require a dramatic or confrontational exit. Sometimes, it's a quiet and deliberate decision, a calm recognition that the situation is simply not right for you. While the prospect of leaving can be daunting, remember the teachings of the Stoics, who encouraged facing adversity with courage and accepting the unknown as an inherent part of life. Sometimes, the bravest and most empowering action you can take is to release something that is no longer serving your well-being, creating space for something more aligned with your values to enter your life. It's crucial to understand that you are not trapped in a relationship out of necessity or fear. You are there by choice. When you possess the courage to walk away from situations that diminish you, you create space for new and positive experiences to emerge. Trust that there is something better waiting for you, and grant yourself the opportunity to discover it. As you contemplate this concept, remember that being prepared to walk away is not about being emotionally detached or indifferent. It's about loving and respecting yourself enough to declare, "I deserve better." Step 6. Focus on actions, not words. Discerning truth through observation. Stoicism, as we've explored, is fundamentally about practical wisdom, judging individuals based on their consistent actions, not solely on the charm of their words. We inhabit a world often characterized by empty promises, particularly within the realm of relationships. However, the Stoics urge us to look beyond the surface, to observe actions as the true indicators of character and intention. It's easy to articulate the right things, to make promises and paint idyllic future scenarios. But are these pronouncements consistently supported by concrete actions? This is where the true story unfolds. We've all experienced the initial allure of someone who showers us with compliments and paints a romantic vision of the future. We can become swept away by these pronouncements, overlooking red flags that signal inconsistencies between words and deeds. Perhaps they promise to call, but never do. Or they make plans and then cancel them at the last minute. Yet, their words continue to hold a powerful sway over our emotions. This is where our inner Stoic must assert control. Stoicism teaches us to avoid being swayed by emotions or becoming entangled in empty rhetoric. It encourages a rational assessment of reality. If someone's actions consistently contradict their words, this is a clear warning sign. It's the universe's way of prompting you to pay attention and recognize potential discrepancies. This approach fundamentally alters how you navigate relationships. Instead of becoming lost in romantic pronouncements and alluring promises, you begin to pay close attention to the subtle details, how they behave under stress, whether they consistently follow through on their commitments, and whether they offer support in tangible ways. When you prioritize actions, you establish a clear standard, sending the message that you are not merely swayed by words, but actively observing their consistency and reliability. This encourages others to understand that they must demonstrate their worth and intentions through their behavior. It's important to emphasize that this approach isn't about becoming cynical or distrusting everyone. It's about protecting your heart with a layer of Stoic wisdom, avoiding emotional entanglement until actions have consistently validated words. Strive to be observant, discerning, and wise, understanding that actions ultimately speak louder than words. Step 7. Healthy skepticism, the Stoics' shield against deception. Skepticism and Stoicism are intrinsically linked. Stoics strive to perceive reality as it truly is, not as we wish it to be. In the context of love and dating, this is particularly relevant. How often have we encountered individuals who utter precisely what we yearn to hear, painting an alluring picture that we desperately want to believe? In these moments, it's easy to suppress our doubts and ignore warning signs. This is where the practice of healthy skepticism, viewed through a Stoic lens, becomes a potent tool. It's not about negativity or cynicism. It's about maintaining a grounded perspective, avoiding blind faith, and thoughtfully observing before fully committing. Imagine meeting someone who seems extraordinary, expressing sentiments that resonate deeply and outlining a shared future. However, you've only known them for a few weeks. A healthy dose of Stoic skepticism would encourage you to proceed with caution, reminding you to observe whether their actions align with their words and to allow sufficient time to assess their true character. This skepticism isn't about interrogating the other person or constantly questioning their motives. It's about cultivating awareness, actively listening to their words, and observing their behavior over time. It's about allowing yourself the time and space to genuinely get to know someone, to assess their consistency and authenticity. The Stoics placed great emphasis on logic and reason, urging us to balance our emotions with rational thought. In relationships, this is crucial. When emotions dominate our decisions, we can easily overlook red flags and compromise our judgment. However, by balancing our emotions with healthy skepticism, we gain the ability to perceive situations more clearly and protect our emotional well-being. By adopting a skeptical outlook, you create a protective barrier around your heart, granting yourself the time and space to discern the other person's true nature before fully investing your emotions. It's about cultivating a cautious approach to intimacy, opening doors with wisdom and discernment, rather than blindly rushing into vulnerable situations. Step 8. The power of no. Upholding integrity and values. A central tenet of Stoicism is the emphasis on personal integrity and the courage to stand up for your principles. This applies directly to our ability to say no in relationships. It's about recognizing your values and upholding them, even when it's difficult. Imagine you're dating someone, and they suggest something that makes you uncomfortable, perhaps moving too fast or compromising your values. The easy path is to passively agree, but this is where your inner Stoic must assert itself and say no. It's about respecting yourself and your limits. This can be incredibly difficult, especially when you like the person. There's always a voice in the back of your head saying, "What if this drives them away?" But Stoicism teaches us about courage. Facing internal challenges and saying no shows you value yourself. You could lose them, but if saying no to something that goes against your values alienates someone, they weren't right for you. This changes the dynamic of a relationship. When someone sees that you're not afraid to say no and that you're not just there to please them, it changes their perspective. It shows that you're someone who values themselves. Refusing something contrary to our values isn't just about setting boundaries. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about recognizing what you really want and not letting the fear of being alone lead you to make decisions that aren't right for you. It's okay to say no. It's about being true to ourselves and living with integrity, just as the Stoics taught us, and about building relationships based on mutual respect. Step 9. Never chase. Stoic acceptance and self-worth. This final step relates to everything we've discussed, especially when viewed through a Stoic lens. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. This is powerful when applied to relationships. It's about understanding that chasing someone who is pulling away is not only futile, but also disrespectful to ourselves. Imagine you're seeing someone, and things seem to be going well, but then they start to drift apart. We've all been there and wanted to pursue them to close the gap, but the Stoics would say, wait, why are you pursuing what is not under your control? What about your dignity, your self-respect, and your peace of mind? Chasing someone who walks away is like trying to catch water without it running through your fingers. The Stoic approach is to stand firm in your own worth. If someone is pulling away, let them. It's not about being cold or insensitive, but about recognizing that you can't control how another person feels or acts. You can only control how you respond. This isn't easy. It takes a lot of strength not to chase and not give in to that impulse. But it's about trusting that if someone really wants to be with you, they will. When you stop chasing, you focus on yourself, and amazing things happen. You attract people attracted to that strength and confidence. It's like sending a signal that says, I'm worth it. Respect ourselves and focus on what we can control. It's about finding peace within ourselves, not validation from another person. You have the power to choose how you react to the world around you. Embrace this power and let your actions and choices speak of the incredible person you are. These principles offer concrete pathways for showcasing your inherent worth and recognizing the value in others, all while adhering to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, emphasizing action over mere words. Remember, True courage isn't something professed, but rather a virtue demonstrated through consistent, virtuous action. I hope this exploration of Stoic principles has illuminated your path toward greater self-understanding and more fulfilling relationships. Continue to delve deeper into your own inner landscape, exploring your experiences and recognizing that you are not alone on this transformative journey.